Jose, thank you so much for the dollar. Thank you very much. For not every churchgoer is conservative. This is for the last caller. My mom and her dad were extremely devoted to the Catholic faith, and we're both flaming liberals. Yes, uh, literally crazy that I mean we would just associate that only with one political ideology. That's kind of the point I tried to make too. Darius, thank you for the dollar as well. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Um, Darius, I would radically disagree with that. I think that isn't like a very much something I disagree with. I don't think that overall it's going to harm more people than it benefits. I would definitely disagree. I think that it's been one of the main leaders in growth of wealth right throughout history. And I would argue it's fundamental, even from a leftist perspective. You have to understand capitalism has at least played some role in the development of human beings. Like Marx literally said that capitalism was necessary within the development, right, within the context of the transition from different economic systems. So, I mean, you can definitely acknowledge that it's led to a significant increase in wealth historically, while also acknowledging that there are issues with capitalism, harms that we can like use social safety nets and regulations to address. And safety nets haven't been perfect historically, but they absolutely have created better conditions than any other system that's ever existed. Mm, Igor, thank you for the $2. Did you buy a Steam controller? No, I didn't. I haven't. I don't even know what they would look like. Does Marge ever get sick of you talking ever or debating? No. Nope. Please consider a cactus instead of the dead tree, Parker, please. I'll think about it. That's a good idea. A cactus is a great idea. Instead of the dead tree. It dead? I don't know. It's there. That's all I gotta say. Red or gold better? Ooh. I want to say depends. I like gold on smaller things more than red, but like t-shirts and stuff, I think I would prefer red to gold for like a t-shirt or something, you know? What do you mean depends? I feel like that's pretty obvious. Joe, thank you. The $5 for snake plants are basically invincible. You know, I had a snake plant behind me and it died. I'm not trolling. I'm not trolling. That's how bad I am. That is how bad I am at keeping plants alive. I had a snake plant and it died. Yeah, it's bad. Like, how did I even do that, bro? At this point, I should just get a fake plant. You know what I mean? Like, I can't trust myself with plants, bro. Like, I need a fake plant at this point, bro. I should honestly just do that. I should. I realistically should. I would definitely keep that type of plant alive. Okay, I think that's the only plant I could probably keep alive. Okay, only type of plant. Go get a Lego plant. That'd be funny. Melody, thank you for the $2. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, that's absolutely insane. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the $2. Thank you. Lauren, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And James, absolutely proud of you, James. Melody's so proud of you. W's for James in the comment section right now. That's great to hear. W's for Melody and James. Um, um, yeah, I'll just probably kill the fake one anyways. Yeah, you know, I think I'd probably kill a fake one too. That's true. By the way, if you're on YouTube, I'd appreciate that thumbs up. We're pretty close to 2,000 likes, by the way. Dean should be live here in the next like 15 minutes or so. So if you have any questions, you can ask me over Venmo, PayPal, or YouTube Super Chat. Those are the best places to ask me right now. I'll be answering questions for the next 14 minutes or so. What do you see yourself doing in the next, was it 5 years? Fuck, I missed the message. What do you see yourself doing in the next 5 years? I still see myself doing this, like talking about politics on the internet. I honestly don't see myself doing anything different than this. I'll be nearly 30. Dang, that's crazy. That's probably around the time I'm gonna have kids. So in 5 years, I could have children. Can you imagine a little Parker? Oh. Oh my gosh. Russell, thank you for the $20. Thank you very much. I did. I thought I said thank you to you earlier, but if I missed you earlier, I do really apologize. Thank you so much again for the $20, Russell. Thank you very much. Um, Darius, I wouldn't argue that it would be the generation of that. I would argue that existed historically speaking, and I would argue that's an aspect of capitalism you can limit, though. But that's something that's existed historically speaking that it didn't get rid of. But the way to get rid of is through regulation. And yeah, no, people can survive without capitalism, of course, but capitalism has heavily increased quality of life in real terms. Is the point, and that's even true from a socialist perspective. Like again, capitalism is foundational to the infrastructure that socialists view as to be beneficial, right, for the distribution of socialist systems and developing systems in the future. That capitalism is a part of that development of economic systems. So like one thing I say is that like we can criticize capitalism and also acknowledge that comparative to previous systems, historically speaking, it has absolutely increased quality of life. It's absolutely better than previous systems. It's a better interface for human transaction. Capitalism is an interface for transaction, really, like a structure for transaction. And like that's again why we need regulations to ensure that we can limit those certain elements of the interface happening that way, or impacting people in that certain way, or to limit the profitability within certain aspects, because profiting off of certain things is horrible. But the notion of having an interface for transacting is important. Spooky, thank you for the $5. Thank you for, have you heard about how Iowa is the fastest growing cancer state? How can we fix this? I actually haven't known much about that. I don't really know what are the best fixes for reducing that. Obviously, I think the best way to address things like that would be through having a universal system where people who specifically would have cancer would be able to address it early on. So, I mean, I guess really the thing that comes to mind most is like looking for it, like ensuring that people have preventative health care and we're catching it early would be like my point. Jennifer, thank you for the $7. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Medical research, yeah, definitely for sure. Um, Moa, thank you so much for the dollar. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Heading to bed. Can you say good night? Of course. Good night to you. Good night to you. They said they're from Sweden, going to sleep. It is probably so late there. It's probably so late there. Have a good night. Have a good night to you. Russell, and also, oh my gosh, thank you so much again for the $100. For I may have missed it. Don't worry, Russell. I really appreciate it. Give me some W's for Russell in the comment section for the $100 on Venmo. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Give me some W's for them in the comment section right now. Seriously, Russell, that is so kind. Jose, thank you for the dollar. Can you agree with Karl Marx's analysis of capitalism? There are obviously plenty of elements I agree with. There's some elements I disagree with. I feel like it's a little bit too long of a thing to say. Like, there's so many criticisms that we could go through that for like a very long period of time. But I would generally say that like one criticism I've had, and this is something that actually I didn't even know about until like after I had already started supporting and whatnot, because like there's so much to look into in terms of like Capital and all of those other books. Is the notion of subjective values, that there is a notion of value built upon something that is beyond just cost of production, and that we all have different values for things. And this isn't something I thought that he had disputed before, but if you look back, it's kind of like his notion of value is that there's an objective sense of value based upon the cost of production or the cost behind those products. And I would just say that we have differences in values of how much we care about things. Like, for example, how much I'm going to value, right, a certain type of drink is going to be different than someone else is going to value it, because my taste buds respond differently to a certain drink comparative to another person, right? I might think it tastes good where they don't think it tastes as good, so I'm willing to pay for it more than they're willing to pay for it.